So welcome back, and I want to add a little bit to the last tool that I gave you on the forgiveness tool to take that just a little bit farther. Something that I have done that has helped me so much, and to go even a little bit deeper, is to always say, I'm sorry. I always say, and I'm sorry, and I always say, please forgive me. And then I also create a new story for that situation. So I choose to forgive, and then I say, I'm sorry. And sometimes there's something I really do need to say sorry for, and other times it's like they were in the wrong, they hurt me, I didn't do anything. So sometimes I say, I'm sorry for the situation you're in. I'm sorry you're so angry that you act that way, or I'm sorry that you are angry. I'm sorry for being angry at you for so long, or I'm sorry I didn't forgive you sooner. There's always an I'm sorry, and it will help you to heal faster when you choose to say I'm sorry. And then I like to create a new story. I am set free from this situation. That person is getting what they need, and I am getting what I need. Or if it's somebody closer to you that you really do want to have a relationship with, then I create a story where we are connected. And I will say, so we'll take it through a scenario of my son. I forgive my son for talking back, and I release him to the best that he can be. And I'm sorry to my son for yelling and not listening better. And our new story is that I listen better. I seek to understand why he's angry or why he's acting the way he is, and he listens and he is respectful, and we have a fun relationship. And so I write all of that down, and it just starts creating that space. It helps me think different about him. It helps me respond different. And if it's something that's more toxic and it's someone that has really caused you so much pain, then you can just say, I'm sorry for the choices you've made, or the hate that you have within you, or the angry way about you, and then you can create a story that sets you free from that, and sends them away from your life and away from your situation. So that's very powerful. So you can add that to your forgiveness tool. And this new tool that I want to teach you is called mindful thinking. So if you are dealing with anxiety, panic, or deep pain, or depression, or that heavy confusion, or just very stressed, this is something that can really help divert the energy from that emotion away from you. And so what you first do is think to yourself, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most pain I'm at, and decide where you're at. Maybe you're at an 8, or it's hurt worse, but it's really bad. And so on a scale of 1 to 10, decide where you're at. And then I love to do tapping. If you haven't heard of tapping before, there's energy that flows through our body, and this energy carries information. So if there is sadness and anger and stress that's flowing through your body system, by tapping on different places on your body, it literally breaks up that flow of energy. It's almost like you're knocking on your body and saying, hey, in there, I want to change something. I'm deciding, I'm giving a directive. Okay? So as you're tapping, take deep breaths, and you can say whatever you want to say. Things like, even though I'm really, really upset, or I'm in a lot of pain, I choose to let it go. And take deep breaths. I'm letting it go. I recognize the pain that I'm in, the stress that I'm in, the emergency emotion that I'm in, and I'm choosing to let it go. On your rib cages, there's a really powerful energy station there, and so you can tap there. You can tap on your belly, you can tap on your knee, you can tap on your elbow. And if you're out with people and you don't really want them to see you tapping, you can just tap on top of your hand, and you can do it in a way that people don't even realize. But you can tap on the temple, on the side of your head, on the top of your head, taking deep breaths. Even though I'm feeling very upset or angry, I'm choosing to let it go. I'm letting it go. Take a deep breath and come back, and as you're sitting, look around and just notice the details around you. Notice, like, oh, I see that I have flowers on my shirt. I'm wearing my hair down today. Look up and I see a blue sky, and focus on the color of the sky. Look at, I feel cold, I feel hot. Recognize and really identify just details around you, and just that alone will help divert away from the stressful emotion that you're feeling. And then take a deep breath and come back and say, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at a 5 now, or maybe you're still at an 8, and you just go through that tapping again. Even though I'm feeling and focus on what you are feeling, I choose to let it go. I choose to feel peaceful. I choose to be clear. I choose faith. I choose hope. Take a deep breath, look at all of the details around you, and even get up and go get a drink, go for a walk, get out of the situation, change the scenery, and then stop and say, okay, where am I at now? And most of the time, within a very short period of time, you can go from a 10 to a 2 or a 1, but just down to nothing, where you're feeling fine in just a few minutes. So that is mindful thinking. Recognizing what you're feeling, do some breathing and even tapping if you want to do that. Look at the details around you. Get up and get a drink of water. Move yourself outside of the situation, outside of the house, outside of the room. Maybe even stop and write down how you're feeling so you can get it up and out, and then physically move. So mindful thinking is so powerful. It can help you manage it in the moment, because even though you may be using these tools, it's a process, and it can take time. It can take months and years sometimes, but you should feel some relief immediately as you use these, and then it can take time to get to all of the layers. So if you find yourself in a moment of panic, remember to just breathe and tap and say, I choose hope. I choose to let go of the fear. I choose faith. I choose peace. And just tap and breathe. And that, my friend, I think will bring you some amazing power.